Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on the European Defence Industry Programme, otherwise referred to by its acronym EDIP. My name is Alexandra Marksteiner. I work for the Directorate General for Defence Industry and Space of the EU Commission, and I will guide you through this presentation. Today, we will be focusing on the structure of the Work Programme for Industrial Reinforcement Actions, also known as IRAs, supported under the EDIP instrument. Now, the work program acts as the primary reference document for all those seeking to submit a proposal to receive EDIP funding. It outlines the call that will be further detailed in each call document. Nevertheless, the work program already provides you with much of the content contained in each call. In the work program, all IRA calls are divided into 4 sections: objectives pursued, description of activities, expected results, and additional information. We will go through each of these individually. But first, a few words about the topic ID. This is found at the top of the individual call. It may look a little confusing at first, but there is a logic to it. The first part, which you see here in bold, lets you know whether the call falls under the EDIP program itself or under the Ukraine Support Instrument within EDIP. The EDIP program is being published under the European Defence Fund umbrella, similar to other programs like ASAP. The year refers to the year of the call closure, meaning the submission deadline. So, proposals for calls with 2026 in the ID have to be submitted at a specified date in 2026. The acronym LS refers to the type of funding, which in the case of all IRA calls is a lump sum. The last part of the topic ID denotes the topic of the call. So, all of the calls listed here are for industrial reinforcement actions, which are meant to strengthen the competitiveness and readiness of the European defence technological industrial base and reinforce EU industrial production capacities. The Commission plans to support IRAs across 3 topics and under UC across 2 topics. Moving on to the objectives pursued. This constitutes the first section of the call and covers the products and production capacities targeted by the call. This is very important. Proposals must be centered around at least one product and one production capacity listed in this section. There's also some additional information on the optional work package on physical and cyber protection that you can find here. The subsequent section lists the eligible activities and prompts applicants to demonstrate the criticality of their proposal, as well as to identify and mitigate risks. It also contains a clause on retroactivity. The next section provides a list of expected results which the proposed project must contribute to. It also highlights the importance of defining key performance indicators, KPIs, to track progress and demonstrate results. The last section covers the total budget of the call, the maximum contribution per project, the minimum financial size of the action, and the maximum number of entities per consortium. This provides you with an overview. For more information, please refer to the videos on the call topics. Thank you and goodbye.